My favorite of all the horrible things I got was a response from a young marketer, and she told me, these are her exact words, "I am proud to be a marketer that has no training in marketing." And I sent a reply back and I said, "Do you realize how fucking ignorant you sound?" Right? And she deleted the tweet. It's not an uncommon perspective, yeah? I'm proud not to have any marketing training. Let me show you why. Many of you will recognize this man. It's Gary Vee. He's the most famous marketer on the planet, 1,000 times more famous than me or anyone else who walks this stage for the next 2 days. Gary Vee is kind of a social media, personal branding, go around in limos in a hurry business guy, okay? I don't really understand what he does, but he makes fuckloads of money and he's got bazillions of fans. Let me show you what Gary Vee, the face of modern marketing, says about my precept of training. Last year he was in Canada giving one of his speeches, and he was asked by a father to give some advice to his daughter. Let's listen in for 2 minutes for the advice that Gary Vee gave, and was proud to give because he then retweeted the advice that he gave to this father.
Hey Gary, my name is Richard.
Hey Richard.
My daughter's 17. She's going to a meeting tonight with my wife.
Yes.
To discuss with her school, her university options, what she wants to do. She's incredibly courageous, marketing mind, communications mind. I'm taping you right now, and I'd like you to talk to her like she was your 17-year-old daughter in terms of how she should consider her university career, how she should maximize that experience to prepare her for the world that you see she may be entering into.
Oof. So...
Her name is Kiara.
Kiara, I have no idea what's about to happen, but it's about to get interesting, Kiara. Here's what I would say, Kiara. I would tell you that there's not a school on earth, not a university or college that exists that is even remotely equipped to educate you properly on communications and marketing in the world we live in today. So, I have no interest, Kiara, to get your mom and dad mad at me, but I would tell you that here would be my 4-year strategy. I would go to university, especially, is she going here in Canada?
She's talking about NYU, she's talking about San Fran.
Is she collecting debt, or are you guys paying for it?
I think she's just enamored by big brands.
But is she gonna pay for college?
Yeah, well, we're paying for it.
So she's not collecting debt?
No, well, yeah, I apologize. We're paying for it, and yes, she's gonna have to collect debt along the way.
All right, Kiara, you're gonna have to have a weird conversation with your mom and dad, because the first thing I'm passionate about is for you to not have any debt. Because if you're gonna go to a business that is gonna sell you a shit product that you are then gonna pay compounded interest in, that you can't even declare bankruptcy to get out of, that's called extortion, fucked up, fucking crazy ass shit. But Kiara, if that number's not that high and you can get some other things that drives down that cost, the second move would be to take your last 4-year vacation of your life, hook up a whole bunch, or not, depending on your own radar, Kiara, that might be 1 dude 7, that's on you, don't let them judge.
She's a nice, good Christian girl.
I'm sure she is. And if you want to learn about marketing and communications, spend a lot of time online and consume relevant 2017 content from people that are actually doing it, not professors that are so not practical and so romantic of how it used to be that I've traveled the best universities in the world and have literally thrown up all over myself while I've been prepped to talk, listening to the horseshit that those professors are shoving down these kids' throats.
It's the applause that gets me the worst. So I know, I'm a marketing professor from Melbourne Business School, and this looks like I'm like selling you an education. So I'm not going to. I'm gonna promote, Deakin, they're a sponsor of this event. They're a competitor of ours, so go to fucking Deakin if you want, right? It's not ranked 3rd in the world for marketing, but it's a fine school, right? My point is, go and seek out training, yeah? Professional training, institutional training, business school training, whatever you will from wherever you will. But don't listen to the fucking Philistines or we all will lose. The anti-intellectual movement cannot win here. Let me challenge you to do the 4-beer test. I'd like you to take your agency partners out for a beer this evening after the cocktail event. I want you to ask them, how good is our strategy? Yeah? And I know what they're going to say. They're going to say, it's fucking impressive, mate. Proud to work with you. You're one of our best partners. Or they're going to say, oh yeah, fucking very clear, very good. Then I want you to fill them full of 4 very strong beers. Okay? Partly because they deserve it, because they've had to work with your shit-ass strategy for the last 12 months. And partly because as the evening moves on, we will get to a place we like to call the truth. Yes? Agency people have lots of advantages. They're beautiful, they're smart, they're creative, but they can't drink for shit. Yeah? And so after the 4th beer, ask them the question again, and you'll get a different answer. What strategy? It's a joke. If you ask agency people in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, after a few beers when there's no clients around, and you know what I'm talking about, how's your client strategy? What's it like out there? They're like, fucking disastrous. We have to write some stupid-ass strategy for them because they don't have it anymore. This is the word on the street. So, can you brief your agency is a question on the client side I would encourage you to consider. And the answer increasingly in Australia is, no, I can't. I can't because I haven't actually got a fucking strategy to brief them on. I can't because I fundamentally don't understand that my tactical ideas on the client side are shit. And the reason I have an agency is they're going to do the tactics for me, and I should shut the fuck up. And I can't because no one ever trained me how to brief properly because I follow Gary Vee, and I think training is a pointless exercise. You need to learn how to brief from smart men and women that have been on both sides of the fence. It takes 4 days, 6 max, to learn how to brief properly. It's an indelible skill.